Hello guys! A bright flashlight is always more interesting than a not very bright one. And very bright flashlight is always more interesting than just bright model. So I offer you to look at a can-sized flashlight by a manufacturer that has long been trying to squeeze as many lumens as possible into as small a size as possible. So let's see what to expect from Imalent R60C with its 18,000 lumens. Let's go! As usually, package is good and attractive. I've seen better ones, but this one definitely looks good and expensive. Kit includes the flashlight itself, a separate box, the charging cable, a holster and O-rings. No lanyard? That's uncool. The holster is thick and of high quality though. The flashlight has a relatively short length and a rather large diameter of both the body and the head, so it's quite capable of competing in size with the budget bestseller Convoy 4X18A, and it is close to some Astrolux Meteor models. Usually Imalent flashlights are made according to the one design pattern. This is, for example, Imalent MS06 that I've already reviewed. You can look this review at my channel. And Imalent R60C has really impressive design. It is a weighty piece of black metal. Without a doubt, this is a purely masculine flashlight, both in design and size. The flashlight has large body diameter, so R60C has an excellent tail stand and can brightly illuminate the room with reflected light if pointed at ceiling. The flashlight heats up like a hell stove in higher mode, so that is really strange not to get a lanyard and kit. Imalent R60C is powered by a set of three 21700 batteries of 4000 mAh each, and I can only welcome Imalent's decision not to install a built-in battery pack. It is expected that the springs are only at the bottom of the body and there is a contact ring at the side of the head. The knurling is tenacious. The thread is perfectly lubricated. The head is not that massive, but 7 cm in diameter is quite a lot. There are no cooling fins, they are useless at high or turbo modes. And in lower modes, a lot of metal in flashlight body would transfer and dissipate heat even without cooling fins, and believe me, it does. There are two small red-green indicators on the sides of the flashlight, and the button here of course needs to be upgraded. It is a real challenge now to find it quickly. It would be way easier if button was convex or placed into a depression. Even indicator LED in button's center would definitely improve the situation as well. And don't forget to lock flashlight each time, because button is oversensitive. The flashlight is damn bright, so you can burn stuff with it. As usually, the charging connector is a proprietary Imalent one, and I'm not a fan of such connectors, and I'm sure that flashlight size allowed to install Type-C. Fortunately, at least you can charge batteries in external charger. The bezel is quite wide, and of course it is glued. There is a honeycomb of 6 shallow orange peel reflectors with the luminous SST70 LEDs, and it seems that initially Imalent planned to install XHP 70.2. That is, in fact, everything. The flashlight looks pretty good, and the only thing that I didn't like is the button. But that's what I really don't like. Imalent promised that there is a highly efficient constant power circuit will maintain constant brightness. And please stop. There is no stabilization at all. Turbo mode sucks battery in direct drive, and it will give you like 25-30 seconds of colossal brightness from a cold start, and then brightness will dive down. In fairness, I wouldn't expect any longer runtime with such a brightness and size ratio. The flashlight heats up very much even during these 30 seconds, so thermal step down activates quite fast. High mode is already much more interesting in terms of runtime. Here you get 2 minutes from a cold start. But when you try to start the flashlight immediately after the step down, the thermoregulation instantly drops the brightness down. That is normal. The brightness steps down a little in lower modes, and here it is totally acceptable. And you can see effect of cooling in these modes as well. For example, mid one in almost 3 hours goes from 3000 lumens to 1000.5. Okay, here we take the declared brightness on faith. That is, even with a periodic entry into the turbo, you will still have a very bright light for a long evening walk. Okay guys, sad but true, but SST70 give exactly what I can't stand in this LEDs at all, namely a disgusting green tint in lower modes. However, it's not so noticeable in summer and the eye will gradually get used to it. But the fact remains that I would rather sacrifice some increase in throw. Here SST70 is definitely way better than XHP 70.2, but not face this greenish tint. However, this is a matter of taste and some will not give a damn about it at all. Overall, the flashlight is hell bright and has an outstanding throw side light ratio. A classic set of XHP 70.2 LEDs here would give way less range. And here is my overall impression. To put it bluntly, I'm very critical of amount of marketing that Imalent invests in their models. So it was a pleasant surprise for me to come to conclusion that the advantages of the R60C outweigh the disadvantages. I'm not ready to say that this model is a very good model, flawless model, which I'm ready to recommend without a hitch. There are really few such models which are almost perfect to my taste. But this doesn't negate the fact that the rest of R60C proved to be quite good enough not to leave a negative impression. As most of other flashlights, it just has its own pros and cons. The flashlight has a nice appearance and it has decent mods set, there is a convenient user interface, it has 3 non-built-in batteries with awesome overall capacity and quite good charge current, and actually I don't worry that there is no promised stabilization because flashlight is hell bright even after step down. But what really pisses me off is that it always takes me extra time to locate the button, though I assume you get used to it after some time and quickly find the button. The green tint of light is also definitely uncool for me, but it is no longer so irritating to the eyes above mid-second mode, and well, you buy such a flashlight to use it in powerful levels, where green tint is already not that noticeable. And powerful is undoubtedly exactly how you can label Imalent R60C. What I like about this flashlight is not its super brightness, because there are some models with similar brightness on the market, but its excellent ratio of fluid and throw. The throw is much more attractive than the one that you could get from the XHP 70.2. Actually, mid-second level that I've mentioned gives you a light that will illuminate everything around you in like 200 meters range during almost 3 hours. That's actually all. If you are okay with 3-5 extra seconds of searching for a button and green tint in lower modes is not that bad for you, then the flashlight undoubtedly have more advantages. The price tag, of course, is not the sort of a budget, but believe me, it is absolutely on the level of some similar models, and it is way more affordable comparing to some models from big brands. I mean models with the same LEDs. For example, recently I reviewed Fenix L50R, which costs exactly 2 times more and it is 1/3 less bright. So, if you need a flashlight that has good balance of wow and usefulness, the flashlight which has so rare combination of impressive side light and throw, and if these disadvantages that I've honestly mentioned in review are not a real problem for you, I bet that Imalent R60C will impress you in a good way. That's not a flashlight you really need, but that is undoubtedly a flashlight you would like to get. Just ask yourself if you would like it. If yes, why not? You earn money, you decide how to spend them. And that's actually all. Check below video for links and promo codes for Imalent R60C, and there is also a link to my manual how to choose flashlight. It will help you to pick an appropriate model and not get cheated by manufacturer or seller, and believe me, they always try to cheat you. I appreciate if you subscribe my channel and click bell not to miss new reviews. This is actually all I wanted to tell you. Thanks for watching, bye.